I hope you enjoyed that little introduction, giving you the history of the Devil May Cry games. This is your boy of Rogue Jedi Gaming, here to talk about Devil May Cry 4, the Special Edition. Now, this game is very hard to come by unless you buy it digital. It's very hard to get a physical copy, because only so few were made. No, this game is not connected to the the DMC reboot. This is part 4 from the classic DMC, when Devil May Cry was at its highest popularity. Now, how is Devil May Cry 4? What is it like to experience this game after all this time once again on the next-gen consoles? It feels like it belongs. It truly belongs. With its fast action gameplay, with its great weapon system, power system, controlling, you truly feel that you are a master swordsman, a master devil hunter, demon hunter, whatever you want to see you are to be. And you play as the original game came on the last gen consoles back in the early gen last gen consoles life cycle. But in this game, you do take on the role of multiple different characters. You take on Nero, the son of Vergil. You take on Dante, his uncle. You take on Vergil himself. And you play as Lady and Trish. If you remember those two, the two female demon hunters. Trish was from the first Devil May Cry game. Lady got introduced into the prequel. But being that this game, you can play as all these characters with their own unique move sets. They have their own set of weapons, and Dante, Vergil, and Nero are the most fun to play. Don't get me wrong, Lady and Trish are really good to use. They are really, really fun characters. But what the game does right is, okay, in the original game, the momentum to get your character going was very, very difficult. Devil May Cry was known for its difficulty, and this game just amped up the difficulty. With your multiple gun sets, your multiple weapons, you have to master your skills to build up your super meter to enter the mode known as the Devil Trigger, or you can rack up style points, and you can use different variations of your character style. Like Dante, he has Slayer style, he has Royal Guard style, which makes him a nigh-impervious dreadnought. You have different types of weapons, such as the Blue Rose, Gilgamesh gauntlets, Lucifer, no, not the devil, it's a backpack that shoots infinite lasers. Then when you play as Vergil, who in my point is the most fun to play, his fast speed in action, I've always wanted to play as classic Vergil, not DMC remake Vergil, none of that. He's just too watered down for me. This is the true Vergil I've always wanted to play. And I heard you could have played as him in Devil May Cry 3, but being that it took me forever to beat Devil May Cry 3 and I never wanted to go through it again because it was that damn hard. Now that I know what it's like to actually wield the power of this Vergil, him and Dante, he's a cross between Dante and Nero, but he still has his own unique fighting style. He's fast, he's fluid, he's more samurai-like. Especially when you ramp up his combos, it's like, who are you playing as? You can move 1,000,000 miles per hour and rack up incredible red orb points and your Devil Trigger and just start blasting away. You pretty much make the enemies, even playing the enemies on Hell in Hell mode, they're just little bitches compared to you. Overall, the control scheme to Devil May Cry 4 is great. It's very fast, action-paced, fluid, and if you are a fan or a vet of the Devil May Cry series, this is a great entry point for you to start playing if you want to know the history. Just remember, the history is at the beginning of this video, and I want to start talking about another part of the game that I really like the most. Now, the timeline of Devil May Cry 4 is a tricky one. A lot of people at first thought it took place after Devil May Cry 2, because remember, Devil May Cry 3 was a prequel, but when you number something, it does make it difficult to keep on the timeline. Devil May Cry 4 takes place between 1 and 2. That is its official timeline. I know, that would confuse you on why, but when you understand the story makes a lot of sense on why it takes place, because it leads into DMC 2, even though I do wish that there was a Devil May Cry game that took place after 2, because I want to see the continuation, to see if will Nero return, Mundus return, will Vergil return, what happened to Lady, what happened to Trish. Another thing I must say about this game real quick, it has its great replayability with its different characters. With its multiple characters, you can go through, experience the story in many different ways, and continue to harness your skills. And remember, the cutscenes are very thematic. It's almost like watching a really good movie, and this is the most cinematic of the DMC games. So, good replayability, and that's the one thing that'll continue to hold you over until the end of this game. Last thing I want to talk about is Bloody Palace mode, which is a bonus, almost horde-like mode where you go through 101 levels, facing every monster, demon, boss from the entire game in an extreme difficulty. And you could play this with any single character from the game. You could play as Dante, Nero, Vergil, Trish, and Lady. Each of their Bloody Palaces start off simple, and the difficulty just continues to ramp up and up. I say this mode truly puts your skills to the test because you go in with no items. No items at all. There's no difficulty setting. The game, you can say the game would start off, the mode would start off normal, and then it'll continue to ramp up and continue to ramp up. The more kills you get, you also have a time limit you have to worry for. The more kills you get, the more your time can go up. And once your time goes up, you have to maintain it going up by slaying the enemies as fast as possible. And the enemies do contain different patterns. You have to learn their patterns. You have to basically, you may lose a couple times, because trust me, this mode is no walk in the park unless you have a fully maxed out character. Unless you didn't max your character out already in the story mode, this is a great way to max him out. But the problem is, like I said, it is very difficult, especially once you start getting to like the 20s, once you start facing boss battles. But everything you do, every skill point, every red orb you obtain can be used to customize the character. If you want to jump back into the story mode to get your points like that, that's fine, you can do that here. And that's overall what I gotta say about, oh yeah, I never talked about graphical difference from the last gen to now. This game runs very fluent, very fast. It looks next gen. And Devil May Cry 4, the special edition, if you haven't picked it up, pick it up. It's hard to find a disc. That's my warning to you. Hard to find a disc. I tried and failed. I digitally downloaded it. I will never get rid of it. This is the best in the series to me. So overall, it's a masterpiece of a game.